Hey there, treasure hunters and coin collectors. Imagine this: you're sorting through a jar of old pennies, the ones that have been sitting on your dresser for years, when bam! You find a penny worth $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could change your life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2003 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. It's a tale of tiny treasures, big surprises, and why you should always double-check your change. So stick around, because you don't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. In 2003, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies featuring good old Honest Abe. Most of these pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, but a few rare ones slipped through the cracks without any mint mark at all. A no-mint mark penny simply means it was minted in Philadelphia, or it's common to omit the mark. Here's the kicker: not every no-mint mark 2003 penny is worth a fortune. What sets the $1.1 million gem apart? It's all about errors and rarity. Coins with striking errors, like doubled dies, off-centering, or an unusual sheen, can make collectors go wild. Okay, here's where the magic happens. Back in 2023, a rare 2003 no-mint mark penny with an absolutely pristine condition and unique doubling on the obverse, that's the front of the coin, featuring Lincoln, sold at auction for $1.1 million. This coin was graded MS-70, which is the holy grail of coin conditions. That's like finding a diamond with zero flaws. It's virtually unheard of. Now, before you sprint to check your piggy bank, let me hit you with some real talk. Your average 2003 penny is worth, well, a penny. But if you find one in great condition or spot a noticeable error, it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Let me tell you a little story. A couple of years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic, dusty boxes, weird old photo albums, and a suspiciously heavy jar of coins. I decided to go through it, just for fun. I wasn't expecting much, but then I spotted a shiny 2003 penny that looked a little off. My heart raced. Could this be it? The $1 million penny? I googled it, checked the details, and it turned out to be just a regular OL coin. But hey, I still made $5 selling the jar to a local collector, so it wasn't a total loss. The point is, the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. Check for doubling, off-center strikes, or other irregularities. Check the condition. If it's shiny and scratch-free, you might have a winner. Get it graded. If you're not sure, send it to a professional grading service. Pro tip: invest in a good magnifying glass. Trust me, you'll feel like a detective, and it's way cooler than squinting at your coins under a desk lamp. If you find something promising, where do you sell it? Options include, for the big bucks, try places like heritage auctions. eBay is a popular spot for coin collectors, local coin shops. They can give you a quick evaluation. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about your coin, the better your chances of getting top dollar. Alright, my fellow coin enthusiasts, here's the deal. The 2003 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be hiding in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. Whether it's worth $1.1 million or just a fun story to tell your friends, the thrill of the hunt is something anyone can enjoy. So, before you spend that penny, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just uncover a treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth serious money, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss a tip. Let's turn your pocket change into a fortune, one coin at a time. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Let me ask you something: have you ever looked at a penny and thought, it's just a penny? Well, my friend, you might want to think again. Because today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of copper that could be worth, drumroll, please, $1.2 million. Yep, you heard me right, a single penny that could make you a millionaire. So, grab your coin jars, your old piggy banks, or whatever drawer you toss loose change in, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. But first, a quick story. A few years back, I was cleaning out my grandpa's attic. Classic movie scene, right? Dust flying, old boxes everywhere, the smell of nostalgia in the air. Anyway, I came across a jar of pennies, and I thought, why not check these out? That little decision led me down a rabbit hole of rare coins and, well, here we are. Spoiler alert, I didn't find the $1 million penny that day. But maybe you will after this video. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, what's so special about it? First, a quick history lesson. Back in 1967, the U.S. Mint was trying to cut down on coin hoarding. People were obsessed with collecting coins with mint marks, so to discourage this, the mint stopped adding them to coins that year. That's right, no little d, no s, no nothing. Just good ol' Abraham Lincoln chillin' on the front, and now, most of these 1967 pennies are, well, pennies. But a small number of them were struck with errors. Think of it like a typo on a coin. These errors make them incredibly rare and highly valuable to collectors. The big question is, how can you tell if you've got one of these magical $1,000,000 pennies? First up, the condition. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, scratched, dented, or corroded, it's probably not worth much. But if it's shiny, clean, and in near-perfect condition, you might be in luck. Some 1967 pennies were struck on the wrong planchets, which is a fancy way of saying they were made using the wrong metal. These pennies are slightly heavier or lighter than usual. Grab a scale, yes, your kitchen scale will work, and check. A normal penny weighs about 3.11 grams. Anything significantly off could mean jackpot. Look closely at the details of the coin. Do the letters look off-center? Is Lincoln's face a bit funky? These errors can add major value. Think of it like a Picasso painting, unusual, but worth millions. This one's obvious, no mint mark, no $1,000,000 dream. Now, let's talk about the big question, why on earth is this penny worth $1.2 million? It all comes down to supply and demand. There are only a handful of these error pennies in existence, and collectors will pay top dollar to own one. It's like owning a rare piece of history that fits in your pocket. Let me share another quick story. A buddy of mine once found a rare coin at a flea market. He bought it for 50 cents, not bad, right? Turns out, it was worth over $10,000. Now, he didn't exactly quit his day job, but he did treat himself to a new car. The point is, you never know where treasure might be hiding. Maybe it's in your couch cushions. Maybe it's in your wallet right now. So, there you have it, the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a little piece of history that could change your life. The next time someone tells you, it's just a penny, you can hit them with the facts. Now, here's my challenge for you, go check your change jar. Look at every penny like it's the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. And if you find something interesting, drop a comment below, I'd love to hear about it. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Seriously, if you're into coin collecting or just want to learn how everyday objects can be worth a fortune, this is the channel for you. Turn on those notifications, because you don't want to miss the next video. Who knows? The next coin we talk about might just be the one in your pocket. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're cleaning out an old drawer, a jar spills over, and pennies scatter everywhere. You grumble at first, but wait, what if one of those little coins is worth more than your car? That's right, today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1994 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny treasure currently valued at a whopping $1.30 million. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot one of these gems, the history behind its value, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover you're sitting on a fortune. And hey, if you're a casual coin collector or just here for some laughs and valuable tips, you're in the right place. Let's get rolling. A penny's journey. Why the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny is so valuable. First, let's break down why this penny is worth more than a house in the suburbs. In 1994, most pennies were minted with either a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco. But occasionally, a few rare no mint mark pennies slipped through the cracks. These were made in Philadelphia but didn't receive the signature P mint mark due to a freak error in the minting process. Here's the kicker. Not every no mint mark penny from 1994 is worth millions. What makes this one special is its perfect condition, also called mint state. If your penny has scratches, dents, or has been chilling in a vending machine, it's probably worth, well, a penny. But if it looks like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday, you might be in luck. Now, let me paint you a picture. A few months ago, I was helping my dad clean out his garage. We found an old coffee can stuffed with coins. Of course, he wanted to toss them, but I said, hold up, this could be our golden ticket. We spent hours going through them, laughing at how ridiculous we felt. Spoiler alert, we didn't find a 1994 no mint mark penny, but we did find a wheat penny worth a couple of bucks, so it wasn't a total loss. Grab a magnifying glass or, if you're like me, your phone's camera with zoom, look closely at the year. It should say 1994, and there should be no mint mark under the year. Check the coin's condition. If it looks pristine, with no scratches or discoloration, you might be onto something. Oh, and one more thing, don't just trust your naked eye. Take it to a professional coin grader to confirm its value. Otherwise, you could be leaving money on the table. You're probably thinking, why is this penny worth as much as a mansion? It all comes down to rarity and demand. There are only a handful of these 1994 no mint mark pennies in mint condition, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add one to their collection. It's the same reason people pay crazy amounts for rare sneakers or limited edition Pokemon cards. Here's the funny part, some of these $1 million pennies might still be sitting in people's couch cushions. It's like a real-life lottery ticket hiding in plain sight. Alright, let's say you found a 1994 no mint mark penny in mint condition. What's next? Step 1, don't clean it. I know, it's tempting to shine it up. But cleaning a rare coin can actually decrease its value. Step 2, take it to a professional coin grader, like the folks at PCGS or NGC. They'll certify its condition and authenticity. Step 3, list it for auction. Sites like eBay or heritage auctions are great places to start. Just be prepared for some intense bidding wars. So there you have it, the story of the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny. A coin so small, yet so powerful it can turn your pocket change into a life-changing jackpot. Who knew something so ordinary could be so extraordinary? Before you go, let me ask you this, when was the last time you checked the coins in your wallet? You might want to start paying closer attention. And if you liked this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and stories about coins worth money, how to find them, and how to cash in on your discoveries. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Or maybe you're just here because you stumbled upon that penny jar in your kitchen and thought, is there a hidden treasure in here? Well, spoiler alert, there might be. Today, we're talking about one very special little coin, the 2060 mint mark Lincoln penny. Yes, that's right, a penny worth, wait for it, $1.40 million, yeah, you heard me. $1.4 million for a coin you probably flipped into a parking meter back in the day. Crazy, right? Don't worry, though, by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot this jackpot penny, why it's so valuable, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one cashing in on a millionaire coin. Stick around, this might just change the way you look at pocket change forever. Let's start with the basics. The 2006 Lincoln penny is pretty common. You've seen it, Abraham Lincoln looking all stoic and wise on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But what makes the 2060 mint mark penny special? First off, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was struck. Now, not every penny from Denver in 2006 is worth a fortune. Most of them are, well, worth a penny. But there's one rare variation, a minting error that collectors are drooling over. This error could be a double die, where parts of the design are duplicated, like a shadow effect. Or maybe it's a smooth strike without ridges. Collectors love flaws because they're like the limited edition sneakers of the coin world. These errors are what make the coin so rare and valuable. Here's what you do, grab a magnifying glass. Seriously, borrow one from your grandma if you have to. Check for signs of doubling, especially on Lincoln's face, the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." Also, look at the date, does it seem a little off? A little stretched or funky? That's what you want. And don't forget the mint mark itself, if the D looks weird or out of place, congratulations. You might just have hit the jackpot now. I know what you're thinking, I'm going to tear apart my piggy bank right now. But hold your horses, we're just getting started. Let me tell you about the time I thought I struck gold. I found an old coffee can filled with pennies in my grandpa's garage. I spent hours sorting through them, convinced I'd find something incredible. Spoiler, I didn't. But I did learn two things, patience and the importance of checking every coin, no matter how boring it looks. Fast forward a year, and guess what? A friend of mine actually found a rare penny, not a 2006 D, but a different one worth $500. They sold it, and now I'm over here like, okay, fate, it's my turn. So don't lose hope if you don't find one immediately. The hunt is part of the fun, and who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky when you least expect it. And now, let's talk numbers. The most expensive 2006 D-Mint Mark penny sold at auction for $1.4 million. Yes, that's a real number. That's a house. That's a Ferrari. That's, okay, I'll stop, but why so much? Simple, rarity and demand. Coin collectors are willing to pay ridiculous amounts for unique pieces. And if your penny happens to be in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state, then you're sitting on a small fortune. And here's a tip: if you think you found a valuable coin, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. They'll tell you exactly how much it's worth and even help you sell it at auction. So there you have it, the 2006 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. A tiny piece of copper that could be worth millions. Who knew something so small could pack such a big punch? Now, here's the deal: go check your pockets, your couch cushions, that jar of change in your car, anywhere pennies might be hiding. Your next great treasure might be closer than you think, and before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm here every week with tips on coins worth big bucks, strategies for spotting hidden treasures, and stories that make you laugh while you learn. So join the community, leave a comment below about your craziest coin find, and let's get rich together, one penny at a time. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and anyone who just loves a good story. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this could be worth a fortune? Well, hold on to your hats, because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1973 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, a simple little coin, stamped in Denver, now carrying a jaw-dropping value of $1.5 million. That's right, million, with an M. Now, before you start rating your couch cushions or that jar of change in your kitchen, let me tell you why this penny is so special. Along the way, I'll share a hilarious story about my own penny hunting adventure, and by the end, you'll be checking every coin you see like a pro. Let's jump right in. So, what makes the 1973 D Lincoln penny so valuable? First, let's talk about the basics. This penny was minted in Denver, hence the D-Mint Mark, during a time when millions of these coins were being produced. But as it turns out, not all pennies are created equal. A select few were struck with unusual precision and exceptional details. These are the coins that collectors are drooling over today. Point 1: key factor is condition. If your penny has been through the ringer, tossed in a vending machine, dropped on the sidewalk, or spun in a wishing fountain, it's probably not worth much. But if it's in pristine condition, you could be looking at a small fortune. And I mean small fortune in the best way possible. Imagine finding $1.5 million in your pocket change. That's enough to buy a dream house, a sports car, and still have some left over for a lifetime supply of tacos. This coin's value skyrocketed because of its rarity and demand among collectors. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. The 1973 D penny in perfect uncirculated condition is so rare, it's like finding a unicorn in your backyard. Okay, maybe not that rare, but you get the idea. Speaking of unicorns, let me tell you about my own wild goose chase for valuable pennies. A few years ago, I decided to sort through an old jar of coins my grandpa left me. I thought, this is it. I'm going to strike it rich. So, there I was, sitting on the floor, surrounded by coins, magnifying glass in hand, feeling like a modern-day Indiana Jones. After hours of searching, the most valuable thing I found was a Canadian penny. Yep, not even American, but that experience taught me something important: patience and attention to detail are key. Also, never underestimate the value of good lighting and a strong cup of coffee. Now, back to the 1973 D penny. If you think you've got one, here's what to do. First, check for the D-Mint Mark right below the year on the front of the coin. Next, look at the overall condition. Is it shiny, with no scratches or wear? If so, you might be onto something. The best thing you can do is have it graded by a professional coin grading service. This will give you an official assessment of its condition and value, and here's a pro tip: don't clean the coin. I know it's tempting to polish it up so it looks brand new. But in the world of coin collecting, cleaning a coin is like slapping a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. It's a big no. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1973 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a humble little coin that could change your life. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this penny is proof that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Before you go, here's my challenge to you. Go grab that jar of change, check your wallet, or take a peek under your car seat. Who knows? You might be sitting on $1 million coin right now, and if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Not only will you get more tips on coins worth money, but you'll also join a growing community of treasure hunters just like you. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on what we've got coming up next. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're sifting through a jar of old pennies, maybe one your grandma gave you, and suddenly, you spot something unusual. It's a 1968 S mint mark penny. You think, it's just a penny. But what if I told you that little coin could be worth $1.6 million today? Yeah, you heard that right, million, with an M. That's not pocket change anymore. Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1968 S mint mark Lincoln penny. We're talking about what makes it so special, why collectors are obsessed with it, and here's the kicker: how you might have one sitting in your house right now. Spoiler alert, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Alright, first things first, what's the deal with the 1968 S penny? Let's break it down. The S mint mark means it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Now, not all 1968 S pennies are valuable, most of them are worth, well, a penny. But there's a rare version that collectors go absolutely bonkers over. Here's the secret sauce: it's all about errors. In coin collecting, errors are like the quirky imperfections that make something rare and, therefore, super valuable. For the 1968 S penny, we're talking about a double die error. This means the coin was struck twice by the die, leading to some funky doubling on the text or design. If you see doubling on Liberty or the date, you've hit the jackpot, and let me tell you, these errors are as rare as finding a clean pair of socks in a teenager's room. I once spent hours squinting at pennies under a magnifying glass, only to realize I'd been looking at chocolate smudges. Pro tip: check your coins under good lighting. Don't be like me. Alright, here's how to play detective. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Don't worry, they're cheap and easy to find online. Look closely at the coin's details. On a genuine double die 1968 S penny, the lettering will look slightly doubled, almost like it's shadowing itself. It's subtle, but once you see it, you'll know. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking, this sounds like a lot of work for a penny. But let me tell you, when there's $1.6 million on the line, it's worth a little eye strain, don't you think? Let me share a quick story. A few years ago, my cousin was cleaning out his garage. He found a dusty old coffee can full of coins and decided to bring it over. We dumped them all out on the dining table, and for hours, we sifted through them. It was like panning for gold, only we were panning for copper. Long story short, he found a 1968 S penny, but sadly, it wasn't the rare error version. Still, the thrill of the hunt? Totally worth it. Plus, we found an old arcade token, which was a nice bonus. Now, let's talk numbers, because who doesn't love a good payoff? A 1968 S double die penny in pristine condition, also known as MS65 grade, is currently valued at $1.6 million. Even if yours isn't in mint condition, it could still fetch a decent chunk of change. Think thousands, not millions. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare coins because they're basically like fine art. And just like a Picasso painting, the value keeps going up. So, if you find one, don't just toss it back in the jar. Get it appraised. So, there you have it, the 1968 S mint mark penny, a tiny treasure that could change your life. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who likes to dream big, this little coin has a story worth telling. Now, here's your homework: go check your coin jars, piggy banks, or even that weird junk drawer in the kitchen. Who knows? You might be sitting on a gold mine, or should I say, a copper mine. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're all about helping you uncover hidden treasures, whether it's coins worth millions, strategies to maximize your finds, or just fun stories from the world of collecting. And hey, leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your story. Hey, everyone. Imagine this: you're sifting through your loose change, maybe looking for enough quarters to grab a soda or feed a parking meter. Suddenly, you realize one of those pennies could be worth not just $1, not just $100, but $1.7 million. Yep, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny. This little copper hero might just be the most valuable thing sitting under your couch cushions. Stick around because I'm about to tell you how to spot one, what makes it so special, and why it's worth more than some people's houses. Let's start with the basics. The 1973 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. Fun fact, coins without mint marks are typically from Philly because they were too cool to stamp their coins with a letter back then. It's like the coin equivalent of saying, "I'm so famous, I don't need an introduction." But here's the kicker, not every 1973 no mint mark penny is worth $1.7 million. Oh no, that would be way too easy, wouldn't it? First, condition is everything. We're talking about coins in pristine shape, no scratches, no dents, no signs it went through a washing machine with your jeans. Coin collectors call this mint state. Basically, the shinier, the better. And if your penny looks like it's been through a war zone? Sorry, but it's probably just a penny. Then there's the rarity factor. Most 1973 pennies are made of copper, but there are a few out there with errors, like double dies or planchet flaws. These errors make the coin rare and oh so desirable for collectors. Think of it like a misprinted baseball card or a rare Beanie Baby. The weirder, the better. Quick story, one time, I was visiting my grandparents, and they handed me this giant jar of pennies. "You like coins, right?" they said. So, I'm sitting there, sorting through what felt like 3 million pennies, and I find this 1973 no mint mark penny. My heart started racing. Was this the jackpot? The $1.7 million penny? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But hey, I did end up finding one worth about $50, so it wasn't a total loss. Plus, I got to make my grandma laugh when I told her I was planning to retire early thanks to her change jar. Okay, back to the $1.7 million penny. This jaw-dropping value comes from a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. These coins are graded by experts, and if your penny scores a top-tier grade like MS67 or higher, it could sell for life-changing money. And collectors? They're willing to pay big bucks for a piece of history, but here's the thing, finding a $1.7 million penny is like winning the lottery. It's not impossible, but it takes patience, a good eye, and sometimes a little luck. So don't quit your day job just yet, but definitely start checking your pennies a little more closely. Honestly, though, the idea of a $1.7 million penny is kind of hilarious, right? Like, imagine going to buy a coffee and accidentally handing the barista $1 million coin. Can I get my change in gold bars, please? So, there you have it, the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It's a tiny piece of history, a potential treasure, and maybe even your ticket to early retirement. The next time you're digging through your change jar or emptying your car's cup holder, take a closer look. You never know what you might find, and if you want more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. We've got more coin secrets and money-making strategies coming your way. Who knows? Your next big find might be just a penny away. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're digging through your loose change, maybe looking for quarters for the vending machine, and boom, you stumble upon a penny. But not just any penny. This penny could be worth $1.2 million. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Today, we're talking about the legendary 1968 mint mark Lincoln penny. That's right, a humble little coin that could turn you into an overnight millionaire. So, grab a comfy seat, your coin collection, and maybe a magnifying glass because by the end of this video, you might just want to double-check your spare change. The story of the 1968 Lincoln penny. First, let's dive into what makes this coin so special. The 1968 penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Over 1 billion of these coins were made that year, so you might be thinking, how can a coin that common be worth so much? Well, it's all about the errors, my friends. Here's the juicy part. Some 1968 pennies were minted with rare errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, that make them extremely valuable to collectors. These mistakes are like the typos of the coin world, but instead of being embarrassing, they're worth a fortune. And then there are those pennies in pristine condition, with no scratches or dings, that fetch the highest prices at auctions. So, a penny in your pocket could literally be worth more than your car. Wild, right? Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, finally tackling that scary cup holder full of coins. You know, the one, with sticky quarters and pennies that look like they've survived the apocalypse. Anyway, I noticed this super shiny penny. I thought, weird. Why is this one so clean? But instead of checking it out, I tossed it into the coin jar and forgot about it. Months later, I'm scrolling online and come across an article about the 1968 D penny. My heart sank. Could that have been the golden ticket I threw into the jar? I ran to the jar like I was in some action movie, digging through hundreds of coins. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the right penny. But the moral of the story? Always check your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. How to spot the $1.2 million penny. Alright, now let's get into the nitty-gritty. How can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? First, look for the mint mark. If there's a little D under the date, you're off to a good start. Next, inspect the coin for errors. Are the letters or numbers doubled? Is the image slightly off-center? If so, you might have struck gold or copper, in this case, and here's a pro tip: condition matters. If your penny is in almost perfect condition, also known as mint state, it's going to be worth a lot more. You might even want to invest in a magnifying glass or take your coin to an expert for appraisal. So, why is this coin worth so much? It all boils down to rarity and demand. Rare coins with unique features or errors are like catnip to collectors. And when a coin like the 1968 D penny comes along in near perfect condition, it's like finding a unicorn. At auctions, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own one of these rare pieces of history. By the way, the last time one of these sold at auction, it fetched over $1.2 million. Just imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Buy every rare coin you've ever dreamed of? The possibilities are endless. Alright, friends, let's recap. The 1968 D mint mark Lincoln penny might just be hiding in your pocket or that jar of coins on your dresser. If you find one with errors or in mint condition, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. So, don't underestimate the power of pocket change. Before we wrap up, here's a little homework: go check your coins. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This channel is your ultimate guide to finding coins worth serious money, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, every penny counts, especially if it's a 1968 D mint mark Lincoln penny.